Hey, what up, my favorite people? It's your honest hairstylist, Miss Love, and you are listening to She Clatch It. Thank you for tuning in. I am here with my co-hosts, my sisters. What up, though, ladies?
What up, though?
Hey, y'all.
And we have a very, 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 very special guest.
All them berries. Ooh.
I am a big fan of, okay? So Detroit, okay?
Hey,
I
yes.
love the Detroit sisters.
Yes.
You know, like, we friends, and we be running into each other and hanging out on Instagram and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Super talented. They got bars, okay? And we are here with the lovely Miz Korona,
Ooh, and I'm
M-I-Z,
lovely.
Korona with the K.
Hey.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for bringing me out the house on the Sunday.
Absolutely.
And it's like, you know, a little bit of sunlight. Yesterday was all ugly. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
today is beautiful.
Yes,
I'm
it was.
I'm in here with y'all. Y'all cute.
Yes,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes. And we love your hair.
Well, thank
love
you.
love
This-
it.
Shout
Shout out to the Lock sisters.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
This is like
absolutely.
almost a month old.
Nah, and it looks
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it
Old
looks
girl, she
good.
hooked me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did bomb job.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go holler at her myself.
Got us hair therapy. She's dope. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to the fellow hairstylist. Okay. Yes, keeping my sister sexy over here.
Hey.
So, Miss Korona, now when I talk about, I'm so excited, so super, like classy me. It's like, hi guys, Miss Korona is here with us on She Clatch It. Thank you for being here.
Thank
And the ratchet side is like, oh my goodness. Vanessa from 8 Mile is here, y'all. Okay.
Hey,
They from the lunch truck is here.
Hey, somebody just said that on IG on my live too. Like Vanessa, I can't escape it.
But
It's cool.
that is iconic, you know, like
Yeah.
that role that you played, that was an iconic role, you know, in my opinion, because it's like some art, like for example, Tisha Campbell, she always gonna be Gina.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like Miss Korona, you Vanessa. Like
That's
you
what's up.
that girl.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Oh damn. Oh, I ain't never think about it like that. That's like how people, you know, call Taraji Cookie now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
so that's why I made it a point, you know, when I was promoting the show to say your name, because I
Right.
want people to know your name.
Right.
And then put the name with the face and like, oh, that's that girl.
I appreciate that because a lot of people, they don't know that I'm the same person until, you know what I mean? They be like,
Right.
hey, you Vanessa from, and then they like, oh wait, but you Miss Korona too. So if they're not really deep into the hip hop scene, then they don't know that I'm the same person. So I appreciate
Right,
that. Yeah.
right. So yeah, I like to bring people together, you know, like bring it all together so you know who we talking about.
And shout out to y'all for drinking the Coronas. I'm in
Yes.
Cheers.
And
I got the apple
She
juice,
Clatch
though.
It. We always drink, but I just felt like it was only right to drink a Corona because we have Miss Corona.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The ratchet us drinks beer.
right. That's the ratchet side of us. Yeah. So
With grenadine.
Yeah,
but
or
none
lime.
today.
Or lime, yeah.
I do a lime,
You
but I prefer grenadine.
so where did you get your name from?
Yo, so oddly enough, I did not go by Miss Korona for like the first 12 years of me rapping.
Okay.
Back when I was like, I think I may have been like 15. It was around the time when I first started hitting the battle scene, and Proof was like on my head real hard about
Okay.
changing my name. And I'm like, I ain't changing my name. So one day I ended up running into this dude, Crane Novocaine. He had a label that Stretch Money was on. And he used to rap. I mean, he used to work in this liquor store on Nottingham and Harper.
Okay.
And so I heard about him rapping, and everybody in the neighborhood was like, yo, he dope. So he worked in the cooler of the store, and I was like rapping. He like, is that freestyle or did you write it? And I was like, it's freestyle. He didn't believe me, so I started naming off, you know, beverages and the thing. It was like Zima in there and all that shit. And then I'm like, you know, my lines intoxicate minds like Corona. And then the name just kind of, the Corona just kept
Nice.
clicking in my head like Corona. At the time, I was hanging out with this group called Indigenous Tribe, and it was like a bunch of Hispanic cats in there too.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm like, you know
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah,
So
right.
and I looked up the definition of what Corona meant, and I'm like, okay, that's
Oh, it's a meaning. What does Corona mean?
so the corona is actually the outer perimeter of the sun and the moon. So it's what gives it the glow.
Okay.
So that's how we're able to see it from so far. And I'm like, that's how I want to be perceived.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
deep.
dope as fuck.
Didn't
Yeah.
even know it was a meaning to Corona. I just been drinking this shit.
Right.
And it tastes good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
the best.
actually two meanings too, because if you notice the crown over the Corona, so it means a leafy crown too. So I'm like, okay.
So what was your name before?
I have to kill you. No, it was Pimpette.
Okay.
And so,
A pimp bat and a pimp stress. Okay.
yeah, so Proof used to tell me, may he rest in peace. That was one of my mentors, and he used to tell me like, that name Pimpette is only gonna take you so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, you just need to change. I'm like, motherfucker, change your name. I was
Right,
like
like,
that
this
little
my
feisty.
name. I like my
right.
name.
I'm like, what is a Proof? He like, it's Proof. I'm like, okay, well, I'm Pimpette. And so, it's still people that run into me from back in the day that call me Pimpette when they see me. I saw this one producer I work with. Is oddly enough, I was at the gas station the other day, and I hadn't seen him in like 10 years. And he rolled down on me. His name was Bruce Banner at the time, and he hopped out the car. He like, man, Pimpette. I was like, I said, okay, this got to be somebody, because I didn't see his face fully.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like,
It
this
take you
got to
back
be
to where you
somebody,
were.
right? I'm like, oh shit, Bruce Banner. Yeah. So people who know me from back when I rapped at the C Note Napoleon Retreat as Pimpette.
See no love?
Oh yeah. So
That's the Lloyd's place.
Yeah, I used to.
We grew up with them.
Okay. Yeah, I used to sneak in there. I would start rapping in those clubs at like 14.
And I was going to ask you that too. How long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping since I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But
So I say
sneaking
she's
in the
seasoned. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that Laurie season. But I used to sneak in the venues at 14, and I ended up changing my name to Miz Korona around 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
And people just don't want to. It used to be funny too, because it would be people who would be like, "Yo, I heard this girl named Corona was on the West Side," because a lot of rappers from the
Yes.
East Side wouldn't venture over to the West Side.
So are you East Side or West Side?
I'm from all over Detroit, but I'm
because we fun. Detroit, we one big city,
Right.
but we like East Side, West
so
Side.
in my
what side you
in my
playing?
younger years, I lived on the East Side.
Okay.
When I turned like 17, 18, my mom and my sister, we all moved to the West Side. So I've lived all over Michigan pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But,
sweet.
Nice.
but I used to go to the Napoleon's retreat, and then they be like,
Okay.
yo, it's this girl over on the East Side named Pimpette. And then they be like, it's a girl on, you know what I mean? Like, so it was cats who was like,
They
yo,
weren't putting it together.
they wasn't putting it together.
Yeah.
And I would hear people like, man, people
dope.
thinking this girl named, saying this girl named Corona colder than you. And I'd be cracking up.
Like your alter ego, you know?
Right.
I'm like, that's me. And they like, yeah, right. I'm like, that. I
That's
changed
dope.
my name. So, it took a minute for all the venues on the East Side to catch on to who Corona was.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the same person. You can't make me battle myself.
Right.
I mean,
that'd
that's
be
a
kinda
dope,
though.
right?
Right.
T.I. versus
icon.
T.I.P.
Some people have been trying to convince me to bring Pimpette back. I'm like, no. Like, that shit is so...
Say
Like,
that's
I
so
was a
long
kid.
ago.
I was a
Like,
kid.
Say I'm grown now.
Right.
Okay.
And
I've
and it's
matured.
crazy because my cousin India, and when we were like 10, 11 years old, we tried to start a rap group, and she was Sneaky Smiley, and I was Pimp at the Mac.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But she just was like, she got into the boys, and she didn't want to rap no more.
Right.
Now she into church, and she still don't want to rap no more.
That's what's up. So look, you guys, we are doing double duty today. Not only are we recording on our podcast, we're also recording live right now on this app called Station Head. So I have a few people in the building, and they told me to tell you hello. Gabs told me to tell you hello. Gabs is from North Carolina.
Okay, what up, Gabs?
We got Grimy. Grimy's from Arizona. We
Okay.
got Hot Girl in the building. Glass Ran. Swiss Watson. Plug Certified. What up, though, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. I
Yeah.
can see who all is
Okay.
here, and then they leave comments right there. So for
What up,
those of
though,
you
everybody?
who are iPhone users, you could download Station Head app, and She Clatch It is also on there as well. So, Miss Korona.
Yes.
Now, I really know you because back in my day, I used to rap, right?
Okay.
So, I love my Detroit rappers, right? So, I want to play a game called Rhyme Time. So we know Bay got bars, and she just said that she does good freestyle, right? So I don't freestyle. Now I'm a poet.
Okay.
And I was into rap.
Okay.
Yeah. And my dream job would be to be a ghostwriter.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
where the money at too.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spit a little something. You know, I'm gonna take it back to my
Bars.
to my brownie days.
Okay. That was your rap name?
Yeah, my rap name was Brownie.
I mean, that's my favorite snack.
Little ice cream.
Warm it up.
You know?
Okay,
Brownie.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do my flow, and then I'll cue you in, and then I want you to come in behind me. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
Absolutely, yes. And I'm gonna try my best too, because it's
Okay.
been a minute.
Okay.
Clear her throat.
Me. So look, this is the first time on She Clatch It that you guys have ever heard Miss Love rap, okay? Besides the intro, but that don't count. All right. And we're gonna go like this. We're gonna do a little acapella.
Okay.
All right. She, CLACHET. Wherever I'm at, this where you want to be. She classy means she classy and ratchet. When I back this ass up, don't be trying to catch it. My podcast is about sex and etiquette. My heart is ice cold. I be trying to protect it. I like my money green, folded, no credit. Fill the mic with the flow, fill the rello with the dro. Give them a little bit, and they always want some more. I'm a D girl, and I'm determined. I keep the party live, and that's for certain. I bounce my ass fast, yeah, I make it drop. Baby cougar, I'm a MILF, I make it pop. Before I tell you what I am, I tell you what I'm not. I'm not going to miss my aim. I'm not going to be tame. I'm not about the games. I'm not a dumb lame. I'll never be a lame. Stop trying to compare me to what's her name. I'll pass the mic like we smoking blunts. Hey, Miz Korona, can you tell them what's up?
Tell them what's up. I tell them what up, though. I got a freestyle on this podcast, though. Shout out to all my live Negroes who love the 313. Just throw what up. So, hey, she don't see clatch it. She ratchet. If I get a fat chick, then I'ma smack it. Because I like him real thick and I don't know.
Not average.
Nice. Back.
I lead a back bandage. Damn it. Hey. I've been trying not to rap freaky, but you know what I'm saying? I think the too short implies in me be trying to come out.
Right. And see, you know, look, and I'm ratchet when I get to rap. And so my inner look, him come out. Hey.
You know, I be like, listen. I'm trying to be polite, you know.
Trying to be nice.
Trying to be polite, trying to spit light. Okay.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. That was fun.
We needed a beat. We should have kept it
right? I know, right. Okay, so look, y'all, moving on. Detroit, we are known as the no-fly zone when it comes to rap.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys who listening, we live from Detroit, straight from the 313. Okay. When you come here to our city, artists who are not from here, it is an absolute must that you put an artist on that is from here.
Right.
And that has been enforced.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that? Just a smidget. Just a smidget.
Well, you know, I feel like it should be like that in every city. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you have a major artist that comes in, it should be somebody who, I hate to say local, you know what I mean? It should be somebody who's homegrown from that town and that city that should be an opening act, so to speak. Excuse me. It's only right. You know what I mean? If we're opening up a platform in our venues for these artists, then you know, that love should be shared.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of states it is like that, but for a long time, like, you know, artists in Detroit didn't have support from our radio stations. So, you know, a lot of people, it's that pay to play, you know, and people had to, and it's still like that. You know, a lot of people got to pay to perform, and, you know, if Kevin Gates or Plies or, you know, the Baby and them come into town, then somebody got to pay $3,000-$4,000 to be an opening act, and they get like one or two songs. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't cool. So I think that
y'all, all that money y'all making off that venue already,
right? You know, but it's the promoters. You know what I mean? A lot of the times it's the promoters' fault. But I think that got enforced because it's like if the artist requests a specific person who buzzing, then what can the promoter really say? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You know, that promoter gonna be like, okay, because if you have a relationship, like say for instance, if Meg the Stallion, it's an all female show that's coming to Detroit, and Meg the Stallion like, yo, I want to put DeLorean on the show. Well, you know, Cash Doll.
Well, she made
it's mainstream.
She made it.
So she already in there with them. You feel what I'm saying? But if they like, yo, it's a female in the city who's dope that's blowing up, name DeLorean, who is a real artist from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to put her on the show. So the promoter will be like, okay, they might resist, but that's the main artist who's requesting that. So they can't fight that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that you know, that's a good thing to implement in a lot of the ways that the industry is like, you know, you want to build these relationships and these bonds with folks, and sometimes you do have these rapports with other artists, and a lot of, you know, and they like, yo, man. So sometimes they'll go around the promoter when the promoter be acting funny. And they like, well, I'm going to pull T Grizzly up on my set then, since you want to, you know what I mean? Since you want to act like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, the radio stations and these promoters are only looking at the main artist because they know this is the artist that's drawn in. So they might not even be tuned in and tapped into the fact that, you know, such and such got a hell of a buzz.
Right.
And it might not even be in Detroit. It might be in the state that the other artist is from. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So they might be like, yo, Sada Baby, my nigga. Let me pull him on my show, since they won't put him on the bill. And then that make them promoters be looking like, damn. Because you could have made more money. You could have made money off of the artist that you put on the headline, and you could have made money off the artist in that city who got a buzz too.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody's thumb ain't on the pulse, and they don't necessarily know who has what reach. You know what I'm saying? So it's just they be about money grab initially. So, you know, that got enforced because they like, and it was just a little disrespect too, because it was some artists who was just like, nah, Detroit niggas is whack. And we like, nah, Detroit niggas ain't.
I got you. Don't come. We got your whack.
Yeah,
right.
Well, don't come to Detroit to perform
with our whack ass.
Don't come. Right, exactly. Don't come get our whack ass money.
Exactly. And so that's when it was like, okay, y'all niggas feel like Detroit niggas is whack. This is a no fly zone.
Set them straight.
You ain't coming here and making no money off of our whack ass state and our artists and our venues.
What they
if
say,
you ain't fucking with, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's what that. Yeah, but shout out to my homies who did. I know who did it.
No, let me tell you, I done already shouted out, okay? Okay, so, you know, back to you and your music, I see that you have a band, The Korona Effect.
Yes.
That is so freaking dope. Like, I was in the band, and I love, like, when it comes to music, like, and rap, like, I love the English language, like, I like wordplay, and then I also like music, instruments, things like that.
Right.
So I respect artists who can bring out a band and flow to real music, not the electronic music.
Thank you. Yeah. It was a struggle too trying to get a band together, because I've been wanting to put a band together since like 2009, and my initial album, my debut album, The Injection, didn't come out until 2010. So I had the pleasure of rocking with it's like maybe 50% of the band that I have now at my record release party in 2010 for The Injection. So, you know, my drummer Rain Man, I reached out, you know, to my boy Chris. Actually, he plays keys, and I'm like, man, I want to put this band together. Like, I had retired from music. I'm like, nah, niggas ain't checking for me like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I felt like niggas wasn't checking for me like that, because it's just difficult to be a female in the industry and to be a gay woman in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really rapping about the shit that these record labels and distribution companies really feel like is gonna make money. Right. So I put out all my projects 100% independent, which is a struggle. So
shout out to the independent artists working hard. So that's why I have you here too, because I am all for the independent person. You know, the people who, what they say, grassroots. Right. You know, and you have a passion about it.
Yeah. I had a couple friends who believed in my projects enough to plant seeds too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some individuals who made me swear to never say their names. They like heard my album, like, okay, so what are you doing with this? And I'm like, yo, I got 2 jobs, so I could put this album out. And they like, yo, I'm I'm about to write you a check for, to help you get this project. So like that
That's
love is like, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? For another artist to believe in you enough to like sow a seed and invest in you.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, yo, that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm forever grateful to them for doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a struggle. So I went on tour a couple years back with my brother Finale, and like we played over in France for 2.5 months, and I came back. I'm like, I've been sitting on this project. I'm trying to get distribution. And it was like, no. So I'm like, damn. Then it was hard to get producers to finish the project. So I was like, fuck that. I got depressed. And I was like, man, I don't really know what to do. And I like gravitated to photography. And then that photography just like it just made me happy. It created a whole nother aspect and like gave me life and breath in a different way. And I was like, okay, people ain't really checking for me musically anyway. But as soon as I said I retired, then everybody was like
where you at?
Booking me for shows.
Is going on?
My parents like, you the most booked retired artist in Detroit I know. And I was like, yo, I got to go out of town. I got a show. They're like, I thought you was retired. I'm like, well, I'm still performing the song that I had before. So the band aspect came because they had a photography exhibition based about Detroit hip hop down at the DIA. And the Detroit Institute of Art reached out to me to perform. They're like, we want to do a concert portion of this exhibition, and we want you to be one of the first artists to do a hip hop show in the Diego Rivera Court. And I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
hello,
that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. I was like, yo. So that was
everything.
Right. That was at the same time though that I had reached out to Chris. Like, yo, if I'm making a comeback, I want to do it in the way that I've been wanting to do it for the past 10 years, which is with a band and live instrumentation. Like people tend to gravitate to that more. I think that it's two things about me as an artist. Like I have an aggressive, like my tone of voice is like, you know what I'm saying? My demeanor comes across a little aggressive, you know what I mean? But I'm from the battle scene. I'm like,
that's the Detroit.
Exactly.
We rough.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I go into these venues, a lot of times it's like, they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
hold on.
But then they like, okay, we like her. But I think that the music translates a lot better with the band. You know what I'm saying? So we end up putting the band together and we rock the DIA. So the first show as a band was at the DIA. Then our second show as a band was in Berlin, Germany.
Nice.
And then we came back and we played the Allied Media Conference, which is one of the hugest conferences that happens in Detroit. It's, like a social justice conference, and people come from all over the world. It was like, I think maybe 3,500 people that attended. Nice. And then we did the Light Up Live Noise show, and we just been rocking ever since. So yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah. That's so dope.
Yeah. Y'all got an Instagram page?
We do. The Korona Effect.
At the Korona Effect, y'all make sure y'all follow Miz Korona and the Korona Effect.
Probably. And they can follow my photography page too. Trigger Finger Visuals. Yeah. Trigger Finger Visuals.
Finger Visuals. Okay.
That's Detroit
sweet.
As hell, ain't it?
That is so fucking Detroit. That is so 313.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to get my feet back wet, like creatively, like I haven't really written a full song in a minute. I've been putting up little videos here and there. I fell off a couple weeks, like putting my little freestyle videos up just to let people know like I'm still here, but
So what's up? You gonna make a comeback or what?
I'm making a comeback. I'm working on. I'm tapping into. See, the thing is too, like I'm the artist. The lane that I'm going into, the artist that I've developed into, even on my break, like sonically, the production that I've been receiving is nothing like where I'm going. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people try to give me the same type of beats, like, the songs from that Injection album. And I love the grimy and gritty stuff.
Absolutely. But Detroit does have a sound though.
Yeah, we do.
And I see why you say that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We got a sound. And
we do have a sound. And you do want to do something different rather than just have that sound.
Don't sound so local.
Yeah. I want to, I mean, the thing is that, I want my band to be able to play some of the biggest festivals in the world. You know what I mean? So the music has to be able to compete with that,
Right.
and you know, a lot of the production that I've been getting, it's dope, but it's just not where I am and where I want my project to go once the Korona effect creates this project. Like if I do just the EP as Miz Korona, then yeah, I'll rock with those beats. But you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff I want to talk about, you know, the vibe of my music, the shit that I listen to now is nothing like I used to listen to back in the day. I don't even hardly listen to hip hop like that no more. You know what I mean? Like it's a handful of rappers that I listen to, but I listen to.
So who's on your playlist?
Like Little Dragon, tall black guy who is a producer from Detroit, but he in a whole nother lane, and 14 KT, who's another producer from Michigan. He's from Ann Arbor. Who else do I listen to? Robert Glasper. Bilal.
Robert Glasper's dope.
Yeah, I listen to.
Sweet.
You know, I listen to this is another band called Krungbin. They're from I think they're from like Austin, Texas, or somewhere. I do listen to J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and you know what I mean. No, Jay-Z still, but I don't really listen to. You know, like I like the Baby. I like him. I like, you know, it's some artists that I like. And I love Megan Thee Stallion. Right. I love Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, but you know, other than that, it's like I said, it's a handful of artists like that rap that I really listen to. Cause,
Okay, so do you listen to your own music?
Sometimes when I want to tap into myself, my old self.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song that you've done?
Probably a song that I have called "Who I Am," which was on the last project that I put out, the Sapphire project, and that song features Idea, and that was like one of the most transparent songs that I wrote. Like every time I perform that song, my mom would be crying and shit. I'd be like, "Stop! It's old now. You can't keep crying." You know? Yeah, but I think that's probably my favorite song, just because, you know, I talked about a lot of the things that I went through. I just scratched the surface about a lot of the stuff that I went through when I was younger. Like, you know, coming into my own, trying to figure out who I was, like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like fighting with people who didn't understand my sexuality when I didn't even understand my sexuality. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had to tell people, like, you know, some folks don't make a choice to be gay. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I say this in the song, like, I thought about suicide because I didn't know how to tell my parents. Because I felt like a lot of my relatives was already shutting me away anyway.
Okay.
You know? So that's that's because it's the most personable song.
Yeah. And you know, when an artist can allow themselves to be vulnerable and put all of that into, you know, into music, you know, that right there, I think that makes your fan base feel even closer to you and appreciate you even more.
And I was a little nervous about putting that out, you know, because, you know what I'm saying? It's still, I mean, shit, you see the conversation that Tank had about just,
oh my gosh, one little part, and they just
and
turned it and made it crazy.
So it's still not fully accepted in the black community. You know what I mean? Especially in the industry. And it's like, you know, you got one female artist who is openly gay that's successful right now, and that's Young M.A. And
only one, exactly.
That's
right.
crazy because people they push that down because that they feel like that's not marketable.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so before we end out, I want to do.
Dang, it's over already?
Well, this is what we do. We had two parts, right? Okay. So, and shout out everybody on Station Head. You guys are getting the raw She Clatch It podcast experience. But so this is what we do. And then to the people who are listening to us, like we have 30-minute segments, but we do two recordings right here in one city. Okay. So right now we being classy. Okay. And then we gonna get ratchet.
Am I still gonna be here for that part?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right.
So since we so Detroit, right? I want to do this so Detroit right quick before we end off. All right.
Okay.
So, and sisters, you guys come on, chime in too. So, our so Detroit, this or that. Cartier glasses or buffs? What are we gonna call them?
Buffs.
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 Okay, so I'm still old. I still call them Cartiers.
Yays.
Yeah, they call. But see, it's two different.
We never called them Cartier.
We call them yays.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't say yay.
Yeah, you didn't
You
say
said
yay.
Cartier.
Yays or buffs?
Yays.
Yays.
Right.
Yeah.
The classy me says Cartier.
I thought buffs was like the style, like the.
It is the
yeah,
style.
Yeah, it's the
style of the
They
glasses.
like wooden, the
Yeah,
buffs, right?
yeah.
And then the yays are wire.
Wire, yeah.
Oh, okay. So learn me something. I thought
Yeah.
they was the same shit. I don't wear glasses.
And
I
then if
know.
you got the white buffs, that's the tusk of the. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those the hot ones right
Yeah,
there.
the ones they snatch all of them.
Sure.
Hell yeah,
do.
right.
Okay, no
Be-
matter what.
Be careful.
Yeah, buffs or yays, whichever one.
I seen the dude get some party A's snatched off. That wasn't even real. I was like, some party A's.
And they still took 'em.
Party stole A's. Got snatched off.
All right, see, that's why I love doing this because I learned stuff. See, I learned something just right now. All right, so Fago or Verner's
Ooh, that's hard.
For what?
to drink.
It depends. Verner's
Right.
is medicine.
Yeah.
You don't just go, oh, I want a Verner's. You don't
Sometimes
do that.
I do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like ginger ale.
Well, y'all
But-
old. No.
I'm old as hell. I'm 41,
Grown
but
as hell.
That's some old shit because Verner's is like medicine, like I feel queasy or something.
I go to Canada Dry for that. Or a Schweppes.
that's that New York
Verner's
shit.
is Verner's better than Schweppes.
Canada Dry.
Yeah.
I like fake. That's tough. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Rock and Rye. Fago. I
Red.
do Fago.
I'm gonna go with it's so tricky because the Vernors, I like the Vernors because I drink Diet Pop. So the Diet Pop tastes just like regular. But then I like the Diet cream soda.
Yeah.
That fake. Yeah. Okay. See, I just like
Fago.
the cream.
Fago wins.
Yeah.
So you were confused. What did you decide? Did you decide the Fago or Verner's?
No, I said Fago. I said Fago Red Pop.
Red Pop. Okay,
yeah.
for sure.
But
That's
I
a
love,
classic.
but I love cream soda. I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
be like, you drink that? I'm like,
Yeah,
love
cream
it.
soda, either you love it or you hate it.
Yeah, I love it.
Whoever hates cream soda is like the devil.
All right, so we going down to Mexican Village. You going
Okay.
to Armando's or Social Mocos?
Come on, you already know I'm Armando.
Thank you. I was going to say anything else.
So is there another place?
Right.
All right. Better Made potato chips or Uncle
Better
Ray's?
Ooh, better made.
Better man.
Hot Reds.
Mm-hmm.
I take the barbecue.
Okay. I like the Red Hots, but I'm going to roll with the Uncle Ray's because they don't be as burnt as the Better Maids do.
Better Made been doing better. I noticed they've been doing better. Yeah.
Yes, Uncle Ray's is the old cabanas.
Really?
Yep.
So, I just realized that Uncle Ray was white.
Mm.
They put him
Is
on
he?
the back of the bag. I was like, his family got tired of motherfuckers thinking he was black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like no, this Uncle Ray, not Uncle Ray Ray.
Uncle Raymond.
Right.
All right, so we going out to dance. We gonna jit or ballroom hustle?
Both.
Hey,
What's the day? Depending on the day.
What song playing?
Because look, I'm gonna say this. I was at a venue a couple weeks ago for my mom's birthday. Ray's Boom Boom Room. Shout out to DJ Ray O'Shea. So Ray O'Shea,
Classic.
it was another DJ that came on. You know what I'm saying? He out there. They started playing jit music. He say no. Go down to Blues Cafe if you want to be jitting. So I think it's the venue. It's but it's both.
Yeah.
It's both. Detroiters will ballroom to everything.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Any
If
song.
it has
Yeah,
that
find
beat,
that beat.
let's go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Ready
On.
and
Yeah.
okay. We done got into some trouble. We need an attorney.
Oh shit.
Are we calling Jeffrey Feiger, Mike Morris, or Carl Collins?
Carl Collins in jail right now, so I'm calling Feiger.
No wonder we ain't.
Tax evasion.
For real?
That's
I
recent.
know that.
Yeah.
I'm calling
Yikes.
Feiger though.
I'm calling Feiger.
Yeah.
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 Yup. For
Yeah,
any and
I'm gonna go
everything.
with
Feiger's
Feiger. He
your
a
guy.
OG. Mike Moore's still young,
Yeah, he got
Feiger
one good
got
case
gray
there.
hair.
Yeah, Listen, Mike got a building. Feiger has a block.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so we about to ride out. We gonna ride down 8 Mile of Woodward.
Where we going?
right.
East side
Right.
or what? Depends on where we going. If I'm taking Woodward, I'm going to the Burbs. 8 Mile, I'm headed to the city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll get on 8 Mile if I can help it. Yeah. 8 Mile going in this. I mean, 8 Mile if it's going in our direction, but like if I'm going, I don't know, Woodward, police be on Woodward too much.
Potholes be on Woodward.
Yeah, I could speed more on 8 Mile than I can on Woodward.
Yeah.
Glad said y'all trying to get pulled over.
Thank you. Okay, like no.
Yeah, I roll with Woodward, but that queue line make me nervous.
Oh,
I still got to get on it. It's probably dirty now.
it was fun. Yeah, I wish y'all could have seen her face on my live. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 8 Mile though, because you know you can catch a lot of lights.
Yeah, I was
on the right time.
thinking that.
It's almost like a freeway. Yeah,
Yes.
you can cruise.
You gotta go to
Doing
right
50.
speed. Yup, you gotta go to right speed to catch every light.
all of them.
But when you get down there by that old All Stars, the police be setting traps, so you know you got to slow down right there when you pass little green field.
Yeah, they take advantage of that that line.
Yeah.
That suburban city line. Yeah.
I feel like that's when the speed limit changed too. It go from
It
like
is,
45 to 40.
Damn, the speed limit be changing. That's
I do 50 the whole time.
Once you cross Greenfield,
Usually
I
you're
don't
good.
going
with
east
it.
and
I don't
change.
pay attention.
Yeah, I got caught up like that.
Oh, okay. I gotta pay attention next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that was fun. I thank you so much, Miz
Thank you.
Korona, for
Thank you
being
for
here,
having me.
for coming to kick it with us, talk to us, y'all. Detroit living legend, Miz Korona.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
rap legend.
thanks for being here with us.
Yes.
Thank you. Don't kick
Yes.
me out yet.
No,
Never.
we're gonna kick you out. Yeah,
Come
so-
back.
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening to She Clatch It. Thanks for tuning in. Please listen to us on your favorite podcast streaming app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can watch us on YouTube for those of you who are visual. And, of course, follow us on social media. We're on IG, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. And I always want to encourage you guys to continue to be amazing. Peace.